Welcome everybody to the Pirate Monkey Reefing channel. I just want to do a quick introduction. My name is Anthony. I am a professional artist slash contractor slash DIY enthusiast. I like to wear a lot of different hats. I have a hard time not trying a little bit of everything, and that's part of why I love this hobby. Yeah, I was recently inspired by Remy over at Bahama LLama Corals to start my own YouTube channel. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I make and edit educational content for my art students, but that's very, very different than doing a vlog and kind of sharing my reefing journey with you guys. So yeah, here we are doing it. So yeah, what we're gonna do today is we are going to go through and just do a really quick tour of my current reef aquarium, which is this lovely 40-gallon breeder behind me, and of course the sump below. So besides the 40-gallon breeder though, I do have something else going on, which is super exciting, and I'll share that with you guys at the end because I want to make you watch the whole video. Let me tell you a little bit about my history. I got into the hobby almost a decade ago when I was a teenager, like right after high school. I got into it for about a couple of years. And then I joined the Marines. So yeah, I went off, and my lovely mother said that she would take care of the reef, and she kind of adopted it as her own. She had been getting into the hobby with me for over a year, so it wasn't like it was like, here you go mom, catch. What do I do? She knew what she was doing. So she had the maintenance rhythm down and everything, and unfortunately it did end up crashing, of course, due to a heater failure, so that's something that I'm paranoid about. And yeah, here we are 10 years later after a whole lot of life experience, back in this lovely hobby. It's really great having a hobby. I work in a hobby industry, and so it's been a little bit strange adjusting to like, hey, I have a hobby and then I also work in a hobby industry. But it's really cool. It's really relaxing as well. I love it. The community is so kind and so generous with information. Coming from the art background, some people can be really guarded with the information, so it's been kind of a relief having that openness that I'm just not used to. So anyway, with all that being said, that's a little bit about me. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I like sharing. Yeah, let's go ahead and stop it right there, and we'll hop on over into this very brief tour, and yeah, we'll be back after that. This is the tank as it stands right now. It's just a 40-gallon breeder. It's pretty fun. So right now we have 5 fish. We have the clownfish pair, a black axelchromis, a biota yellow tang who is hanging out right underneath the rock right there, and then we have a orchid dotty back. That one's also tank raised. Pretty awesome. I'm trying to do as much tank raise as I can. So up here we have the lights. We have 2 ATI Blue Plus, and then of course this fantastic Ocean Revive that has been doing just a great job. I do recommend it if you're looking for like a cheap beginner light, especially for a 40 breeder. It gets the job done. So down here we have the sump. It wasn't always quite a rat's nest before, but it's kind of grown into one. It seems like some somehow always do turn into rat's nests, but anyway, we've got protein skimmer, Vertex, Omega 150, filter sock, 300 watt heater, and then we've got my DIY algae turf scrubber. I designed and built this thing, and it's got 2, I think it's 100 watt or 50 watt. They're just kind of cheap Chinese grow lights. One is kind of that red spectrum, the other one is the white spectrum, and kind of doing a little experiment to see which one works better. Down here I have another experiment going on. It's actually like a removable sand bed. This is something that I suggested to Ryan over at BRS, and I think he actually took my suggestion and he built a far fancier one than mine. But anyway, sand beds are fantastic. I just don't like having them in the display. They just make things hard to clean. So, and then of course the return, ATO, all that good stuff. There's my reservoir. There's where all the stuff is to dose. And there is all the fish food and some miniature hobby related stuff. And then a little further up, testing and clean filter socks. And then above that is current active art commissions. So that's about it. Okay, so here we have my only Zoa colony currently. It's just this little frag. I think it's got close to like 10 heads now. It's just this really lovely orange and blue. If you know what it is, put it in the comments below. Let me know. This is my purple Bacillopora. Really love this colony. It's one of the 3 of the beginner SPS that I had that has actually survived. Super proud of it because it's actually grown over the plug. This is my currently very unhappy brain coral. Kind of disappointed that this guy is not doing as well as he could. I'm hoping that he's okay and he's just kind of making a comeback, but I really don't know. So this is what me and my wife like to refer to as the Tony the Tiger Acan. I think he's an Acan incarnata, if I'm not wrong. And he's pretty awesome. He's orange with black stripes, and he's got this really fantastic yellowish green rim when it really gets going with the growth. But yeah, this guy's awesome. Bought him for like 15 bucks. Really awesome frag. And of course, gotta have some green star polyps. Yeah, you know, I don't care what anybody says. I love these guys. I just wish they wouldn't get covered with detritus. They love doing that. I scrub it off like every week. And of course, here we have a Blastomusa. I'm really digging this guy. Just an awesome frag. I really wish the camera was capturing the colors. Thank you so much for taking a look at my tank. I know it's still pretty young and we've had some changes going on, and of course it's still maturing, just like all of our reef tanks have to do. They all have to go through that phase of growth, especially when you're doing dry rock. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. The one thing that I wish I could change about it is I wish I could have it in my house, because I feel like, and my wife feels like, it takes me out of the house, and we have a toddler, and I don't like leaving her feeling like she's stranded more than I have to. She loves being a mom, but it is a lot of work, and so I try to be the best dad that I can be, and this of course is just something that I do for fun. So one of the solutions that we have to that though is recently my local fish store owner, David from Ozark Reef Aquaria, he had a 200-gallon deep dimension tank that he was trying to offload. It was the tank, a sump, and a stand for 500 bucks. So I couldn't say no to that. I went ahead and picked it up, and I've been working on it for the past few weeks now. And my wife is actually starting to kind of dip her toe into it as well. So that's part of what the content is going to be going forward, is taking you guys along with me on this journey. I'm super pumped about that. So one of the goals going forward, of course, is to continue to do some updates on this tank. This tank isn't going to be changing very much, but if there are changes, I'm going to let you know. But then also doing my best to document that journey, which is going to be taking place over the next month or two, I want to say. Could be longer, probably not. I really don't want it to be more than a couple months, but we'll see where we get with that. But yeah, I'm super pumped. I'm not used to doing this kind of content, so have patience with me as I learn how to vlog and how to craft stories in this way, which is something that I'm learning how to do. So hopefully you guys will learn some things from me as well. I am pretty handy in terms of building and crafting, and of course I have a design and art background, so I really love all of that kind of stuff. So if you guys have any questions for me in that regard, please feel free to reach out. One of the things that I love and always love about building communities and doing these kinds of things is I do really enjoy the community engagement. I'm a very introverted person, and so it helps me get out of my shell a little bit. Otherwise I can kind of get in my own head a bit, which is part of why it took me so long to make this video. Which brings us back around to giving a shout out to Remy from Bahama LLama Corals. I really hope that he can come and visit. I invited him down. We have the Bass Pro Aquarium down here in the Springfield, Missouri region. And I also want to show him the really awesome reef store that we have. But with COVID going on, it's been kind of tough. So anyway, that's all I got for now, and I will see you guys next time. Probably going to be a DIY video. Don't know what to expect. See you then. Bye.